Lee, great win here today at Chesham. Pleased with that, considering how tough we know Chesham can be?
Yeah, I think any team that comes here and wins a game of football will have had to earn it. We know no one comes here and just gets a free pass against them, because they're an experienced side, they're a battling side. The pitch wasn't great today, but I mean that's the same for both teams. I don't think it made it a great game of football, but I think we dealt with it as best we could. Really happy to get a 3-1 win today.
What was the mindset going into the game, considering you had sort of like a few key players missing in terms of like Chesh, we had Alice missing, Brett, so you had your core starters are missing this today, but the team certainly put up a performance.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about that pre-game in the change room. We said that the personnel had changed, but I don't think the quality had dropped, which is testament to the squad that we put together here. I think that we could leave behind 3 quality players today and have other people come in and do a job that was equally as good. I think it shows the depth we've got in the squad here, that everyone came in and performed really well.
What did you think of the team in terms of the defensive setup? Because Chesham, they've got the leading goal scorer in the league in Gemma Fraser. We know what a threat she can be, but for the second time this season, you've shut her out.
Yeah, I mean, quality player. We know the threat they pose with her in the team and how they like to get her in certain areas, and I think we dealt with that fairly well today. We'd worked on it in training during the week. I think the defence have got a lot of credit, because it's difficult conditions to play in today in terms of the pitch as well. So when the ball is put in behind, it's bouncing all over the place. It's there's a little bit of wind as well. So yeah, they dealt with it pretty well.
And of course, we took the lead just before half time. A great corner, shall we say, from Kira, straight into the back of the net. Possible decision about own goal, but we'll give it to Kira. Did that come at the right moment, because it seemed that we were going to go into that half time sort of goalless, even though we had the better of the game?
Yeah, I felt we were knocking at the door that half, and it was disappointing that we hadn't gone ahead earlier. Potential penalty that I think was, let's not get too much into refereeing decisions, but I think we should have had a penalty that first half. I think we deserved to be ahead at the break, and that came at a really good time. Great delivery from Kira. We know every time we get a set piece with her on the ball, she's going to put it on the money, and it's up to either someone to put it in. And I think the defenders that had gone up for the ball hadn't really attacked it on the last couple of corners, so it's kind of like she went, well, I'll just put it in myself.
And then, of course, in that second half, it just seemed to grow for the team, with Emily Wernham getting her 3rd goal of the season. Great header coming from a great cross from Rachel, and then Kira as well with a lovely chip to make it sort of 3 there to the good. Some great finishing that possibly we haven't seen for a couple of weeks. It's great to see. Well, when we've had Wernham back the last few weeks, I think it's been a real positive having her back. I think the Maidenhead game was her first league game back for a while, and just having her in the team, because she's physical, she's energetic, she's she battles, and she just wants to get in behind and score goals. So having her back in today, and she did well to take the goal how she did. Kira, just lovely little calm lobbed finish, was great to see as well. So I think we could have scored more today though. I think there were other chances we had where we haven't quite finished as well as we'd like to, or times when we could have got shots off and we didn't. So I think it could have been more comprehensive today if we'd have been a bit more ruthless, but story of our season. And we talked about the personnel change. It was a first start for Summer in that midfield, alongside the likes of Emma Whitlock and Kelly Warren. How do you feel like that midfield got on today, considering we knew that there was going to be a lot of midfield battles going on?
Yeah, I think centre midfield was probably one of the hardest positions on the pitch. I mean, it's one of the hardest positions to play anyway, but I think today on this pitch it was one of the hardest, because they've got really experienced girls in there as well that are going to battle for every ball. And I think the girls in there did really well, and like you say, Summer making her first start, I thought she equipped herself well. She battled for every ball, she was calm on the ball, which is what we like to see from her. We've seen that in training from her since she's come and joined the club, she was well worthy of a start today and put in a good performance.
And what did you make of the changes that were made? Because you're a little bit short on options on the bench from the usual sort of 5 that you could have, some late changes, but how do you feel they affected the game?
It's great when we can have players who can come on and help us out, and I think they all did that. Like Amy, when she came on, she brought a lot of energy. She caused them problems, sort of moving into wide areas in the middle of the pitch as well. Having Bertie come on, she wasn't quite up to starting today, but what a player to be able to bring off the bench, because she's just so consistent in everything she does. And then it was great for Maddie to come on. for that period at the end, make her senior football debut. Great save as well from that cutback. She had no right to save that, and then just unfortunate that it fell for the rebound for them to score. But she can be proud of what she did in her time on the pitch today.
And how do we take this now into the rest of the season? We're not too sure how the title's going to form out. It looks like it's possibly running away now, but is it now looking at what you can do for next season in these remaining games?
Yeah, to an extent, but I think we just want to finish as high up the league as possible now. I mean, it's a bit of a cliche, but we'll take it week by week. Swindon next, I think, isn't it? That will be a tough game. We know their staff well. We know that they're a decent team. They beat Exeter a few weeks ago, which was a great result for them. So we need to be on it against them. And then we've got, quite a variety of games before the end of the season. It feels like we're only halfway through the season at the moment a little bit. But yeah, we're just going to, like I say, wheel out the old cliche, take each game as it comes, take each week as it comes. We'll see who's back this week, who is missing today, see if anyone who played today is missing, because it was a bit of a bruising encounter out there today. So we'll regroup and see where we are next week.